In this video, we're going to show you how to install gas tank straps on your Toyota Tundra located underneath the vehicle. Now right here, where our front and rear drive shaft meet, there's a carrier bearing right here. In order to properly access our fuel tank pivots here, we need to go ahead and drop down the carrier unit. So we're going to use our pole jack. We're going to support the shaft. We're going to use our 14mm deep socket to go ahead and loosen and remove the bolt on our carrier bearing. And then we'll slowly lower this down. There's one of our bolts. Let's go ahead and remove the other one. With those bolts out, we can slowly lower our drive shafts down here. Once we lower this down a little bit, we're going to pull our pole jack towards the passenger side. We're also going to use some securing straps to grab our drive shafts here and just pull them over and keep them out of the way. And we have our securing strap just wrapped around the shaft. We're going to slide our pole jack over. Now, if you have the securing strap hooked up properly, you could go ahead and remove your pole jack from that and set that aside for now. Now we're going to set up our pole jack with a piece of wood here. This is just going to be to support the tank while we remove our strap. Just jack it up to the point where it's just holding that tank. We don't want to lift the tank or the vehicle. Now that we have our gas tank supported with our pole jack and our support board, we're on our rear strap right here. Now these pins go through the hinge. I'm going to use my pliers and remove our little cotter pin. Slide that out. Now, if your pin is going to slide out, we can normally just go ahead and tap this. There we go. Now our pin is starting to slide out to the other side. Sometimes this can be rusted and the pin is stuck in there where you have to find other avenues of trying to loosen that pin. Go ahead and raise up on our tank just to support that. And pop that pin out. With this side of the strap released, we can go ahead and remove the bolt on the other side. Now on the outboard side here, we have our leaf spring and then we have the leaf spring perch right here. And you gotta go inboard. Right here is the bolt we need to get to. I can use my 14mm and an extension and get up inside here. Now I'm going to take our old strap. I'm going to work off the rubber insulator. I'm going to try and swap that over to the new strap. And once you get the insulator swapped on, we can go ahead and get this mounted up. Okay, bring your strap up. And we went ahead and we cleaned our pin on our wire wheel and put some anti-seize compound on it. Slide that into place. And then we'll install our cotter pin. Now we can flip this up and put the bolt in on the other side. Now that we have our bolt in place, let's go ahead and snug that down. And make sure that's good and tight. Now that we have our rear strap on, we can now go ahead and lower our pole jack and we'll move it to the front section. We're gonna use our pole jack on the front side, just as we did the rear. I'm going to use our pliers here to remove that cotter pin. All right, we're going to use our hammer to go ahead and try and tap this pin through. Switch over to our punch, and you're going to try and drive that through. Let's move to the other side and remove that bolt. Now we went ahead and swapped over the rubber insulator already onto the strap, just like we did on the rear one. We cleaned up our pin and put the anti-seize on that. Slide that through. And install our pin. There we go. Our pin is installed. Let's go ahead and push this over and put our bolt in on the other side. And get that bolt caught. Let's go ahead and tighten that one down. With that secured, we can now remove our pole jack. And remove it from underneath the vehicle. Now at this point, we can just lift up on our drive shaft, remove our securing strap. Now this isn't terribly heavy or cumbersome, so in general, you can just manhandle this right up into place. We did clean our bolts and put some anti-seize compound on the threads. Now that we have them started, I'm going to go ahead and evenly tighten those down. Make sure those are good and tight. At this point here, now that you have your two bolts secured and nice and tight, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.